right. Hello, it's Susan again with your latest news brief. And I think it really will be brief because I looked at a lot of these and I don't have much comment. So, let's get right to it, starting with world news. All right. News that the United States could soon send rockets, nearly doubling the firing range of Ukrainian forces, gave Kyiv a big lift, even as its troops were being pushed back by a relentless Russian winter offensive in the east. All right. So, can't say I'm upset about this. I assume the rockets aren't something that could go into Russia because that's a big red line for everybody. They don't want Ukraine to attack Russia, which honestly I wouldn't blame them if they did, but yeah, I also understand that we can't send them weapons that can do that because that would be an escalation on our part and we can't do that. Anyway, all right. Up to 500,000 British teachers, civil servants, and train drivers walked out over pay in the largest coordinated strike action for a decade, with unions threatening more disruption as the government digs its heels in over pay demands. Okay, I don't know what the pay is like in Britain, but so I can't comment if this is something that's needed, but we also just dealt with inflation, and Brexit has made Britain's inflation even worse, so can't blame them. I'm pretty sure that they probably do need a pay raise. All right. Protesters marked the 2-year anniversary of Myanmar's military coup with a silent strike, and that's in quotes, silent strike, in major cities and rallies overseas, as exiled civilian leaders vowed to end what they called the army's illegal power grab. So, let's see, what exactly is a silent strike? Okay, they're not telling me what that is. Everyone just stayed home. So that works. That makes sense that would be a silent protest. All right. Pope Francis urged people in Democratic Republic of Congo, where decades of armed conflicts have killed millions, to grant each other a great amnesty of the heart, and called on Christians engaged in battle to lay down their arms. And for the sake of everybody, keeping my mouth shut. Okay, Australian authorities found a radioactive capsule, finally, smaller than a coin, that was lost in the vast outback after nearly a week-long search along a 1,400-kilometer stretch of highway. The Cassium-137 capsule was discovered when a vehicle traveling at 70 kilometers per hour, equipped with specialist detection equipment, picked up the radiation. So, yeah, definitely good news. Still don't understand how the hell they could have managed to lose it. You'd think they wouldn't put it in such a way that it could fall off a frickin' truck. Now, let's see. How far is that in miles? Kilometers. Okay, that's almost 870 miles. You might as well say it's 870 miles. It's that close. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a large area. Okay. So that is all I have for world news. Let's move on to US news. All right. More than a year after the chaotic U.S. withdrawal from Kabul, the number of Afghans crossing the U.S.-Mexico border to seek asylum in the United States has soared. Which, again, can't blame them. Their country sucks. The Taliban sucks. Family and friends of Tyree Nichols will pay their final respects today to the black 29-year-old father whose fatal encounter with the Memphis police last month transformed him into the new face of the U.S. racial justice movement. And I wish we would stop getting new faces for this. Just, how about we don't attack people for no fucking reason? I don't care if you're a police officer. Stop it! And as an aside, Kamala Harris is also going to be attending the funeral. All right. President Joe Biden and Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are set to discuss the nation's $31.4 trillion debt ceiling today, a meeting that will give a first sign of how the two will work together, or fail to, in a divided Washington. Considering that Joe Biden is infinitely smarter than Kevin McCarthy because all Kevin cares about is power, yeah, I don't think things will go well for Kevin. So, basically he put himself in between a rock and a hard place of his own doing, but not feeling sorry for him, feeling sorry for the inevitable crash that's going to come because we're dealing with a bunch of dipshits. I'm not going to even call them children because that's an insult to children. All right. Donald Trump's bid for the Republican presidential nomination 2024 got off to a modest fundraising start. Oh, that's too bad. With his campaign ending the year with about $7 million on hand, while his Save America Fund had about $18 million, according to financial disclosures. Let me see. You fleece your own your own supporters, and you're surprised that the supporter just goes away. Yeah, not surprised at all. And I just got a notification before starting to record that sometime in the middle of the month, Nikki Haley is going to declare her candidacy for president. So I'm not a fan of Nikki Haley, but is she better than the other yahoos that are potentially going to run? Probably. Anyway, the Colorado River, which provides drinking water to 40 million people in 7 U.S. states, is drying up, straining a water distribution pact amid the worst drought in 12 centuries, exacerbated by climate change. And, I also heard that Water Asset Management is buying up land so they could get the water rights, which is making life even worse for local farmers, which isn't helping matters. Like, why are you doing this? it just ugh. I can see why so many people are against capitalism. I mean, seriously, why are we using a drought to make money? Why are we making money off of misery? What is going on? God, I seriously wonder how it is we. Oh wait, I know how we became the dominant species because we're assholes. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Anyway, what I thought was interesting and newsworthy, which isn't on my newsletter, is that George Santos has voluntarily decided not to take up his committee assignments, which are two. So, but at least something. He won't resign though. Um, so we'll see how his in millions of investigations, which are just short of what Donald Trump is dealing with right now. Hopefully, that will if he won't resign, maybe he'll just be kicked out. So there's that. Because Kevin McCarthy might want George Santos to stick around, but there are plenty of Republicans who want him out. So, and Madison Cawthorn can tell you very well what happens when Republicans turn against you. So there's that. And another political one, which just poof went out of my head. What was the other U.S. based? Oh yes, speaking of Trump, he video was released of him in front of the grand jury, and the man who claimed that you only plead the fifth when you have something to hide only pled the fifth. He didn't answer any question to the grand jury. He just pled the fifth all the way. So, because he's nothing if not consistent. Anyway, so that's all I have for U.S. news. All right, now let's go to business and markets. Indian tycoon Gautam Adani, I really hope I'm saying his name right, lost his title of Asia's richest person as a rout in his conglomerate's biggest companies deepened to $84 billion in the wake of a short seller report. Today's stock losses saw Adani slip to 15th on Forbes' richest list with an estimated net worth of $76.8 billion, below rival Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of Reliance Industries. Okay, that company I've heard of already. He was the richest man in Asia, and I had never heard of Adani. Still don't know what it does. I guess I should actually look it up. Alright. Adani Group. Multinational conglomerate company. That tells me nothing. It's a commodity trading business. Alrighty. I still really have no idea what it does, but it's in trading, so it's not something that most people would be involved in. I guess if you're in the Indian stock market, maybe it would affect you, but I don't think it would affect anybody else. Okay. Volatility-linked funds estimated to be buying as much as $2 billion in U.S. equities daily are helping driving this year's rebound in stocks and may ramp up purchases in coming weeks. though a hawkish Federal Reserve could spoil the party. The Fed will loudly insist again today that its inflation battle is not yet won, even as it slows the pace of interest rate rise to combat it. Okay, except for that last part. Do I understand what I just read? No, I don't. All right. Intel said that it had made broad cuts to employee and executive pay a week after the company issued a lower than expected sales forecast driven by a loss of market share to rivals and a PC market downturn. Why do I get the feeling that it was mostly employee pays and not as much the executive pay? I could be wrong. Maybe Intel are actually do care about their employees, but okay. Tesla plans to step up output at its Shanghai plant over the next 2 months to meet demand ignited by aggressive price cuts on its best-selling models, according to a planning memo. According to a planning memo. End of sentence. So good. Alright, I guess it's good for the people of Shanghai, but... And, of course, Tesla. Lebanon adopted a new official exchange rate of 15,000 pounds per US dollar, marking a 90% devaluation from its previous official rate that had been unchanged for 25 years. I don't know why I read the business and markets, because for the most part, do I understand a word I'm saying? No. But, the point of this channel is to educate people as to what's going on in the world, so there's that. Let's see. A rising wave of shareholder activism has turned Tokyo into a growth market for businesses that offer advice on shareholder relations as corporate Japan scrambles to help deal with investors who are no longer silent. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so I start with the world news. Alright. Suddenly I thought I missed world news, but nope. Got it. Alright, let's see. I said in an earlier news brief that Boeing had made its last 747. Well, now they've actually delivered that final 747. Let's see. AI uncovers unknown play by Spanish great in library archive. How? Okay. Let's see who this is. Let's see. Artificial intelligence technology used to transcribe anonymous historic works at Spain's National Library archives has uncovered a hidden gem, a previously unknown play by one of the nation's greatest author, Felix Lope de Vega. Okay. I can proudly say I've never heard of him. Or shamefully. Nope, unfortunately, sorry, Spain, never heard of this guy. Alright. I guess it was put in with a bunch of anonymous stuff, and while it was working on translation or whatever, it's like, hey, wait a minute. This isn't anonymous? Okay. And apparently Kenya has an ice hockey team. I assume it's just the men? Because if this is new, I doubt that... Yeah, male ice hockey. I love it. With few resources, he and his teammates have to train on rooftops and rely on online tutorials. Yeah, I was wondering what they were going to do about the no ice thing. I mean, the only way is if they had an indoor ice hockey rink, but considering that what Kenya has to do to make ice, I didn't think that would be a thing. So, because those are expensive. So yeah, they're doing ice hockey without the benefit of actual ice. I would hate to see what would happen if they actually got on a hockey rink. They could conceivably end up like Bambi. Now, this was a video, and I think they have a video of them actually on the ice. So let's see if they fall on their faces. Oh, goody, an ad. Come on, I'm doing a video here. No ads. Oh, come on. Oh, here we are. Come on, let's get to when they go on the rink. Yeah, you see them on rollerblades, which makes sense. That's the closest thing you're going to get to skates. But I thought I saw a picture of them actually on the ice. So I want to see how well they skate on the ice. Because that's a whole different animal. How long is this? Got a minute left. Okay, they're going on the ice. Hey, they can skate. We're not dealing with people who take one step and fall on their faces, so all right. So there is an indoor rink, but let's see. Let me go back. Let's see. But they're not saying where this ice rink is. Oh, Nairobi. Okay. So they do have an indoor ice rink. Okay. Let's see what these guys can do. Okay, they're very slow, but of what little this video shows, they're doing it. They're playing. They don't look like a crippling embarrassment. Like I said, they're slow, but they're still learning. So you can't expect much. All right. So I think that's all I have for today. Let's see if there's anything else US or world related that wasn't mentioned that I thought was interesting. No, I think I covered everything. So as usual, if there's something you want me to go more in depth with, I will most. Oh my God, I cannot word today. I would be happy to do so. Just let me know let me know in the comments, and I will make a video. Or if there's something that you think deserves my attention, again, leave it in the comments below, and I will at least look at it. If not, make a video about it. It depends how much I feel comfortable reporting on it. I could just, because if I'm just going to report on it and not do commentary, I might not do a separate video. I might do it in my next daily brief. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow.